What's going on, everybody? This is Coach D coming at you. Hey, listen, today we're going to talk about, something that, we all need to be thinking about, especially when we're kind of getting in the flow of our business. We need to be thinking about money making activities. Are we doing the things that are going to really move the needle in our business, or are you just trying to avoid success, not even knowing that's what you're doing? So we're going to talk about it on this episode of Ask Coach D. So as you guys tune in, let me know where you're tuning in from. Put down the comments, no matter if you're tuning in from Facebook or YouTube. Hey, I'm here. All right. Show me some love. Go ahead and subscribe to my channel. All right. Now let's go ahead and kick this off because, we only got a little bit of time. Let's go ahead and kick this off. All right. So here's the deal. When we first start our business, right, we're looking at these things that we have to do or things that we think we need to do, right? I know when I got started, people were saying that we needed to, needed to have autoresponders, we need to have funnels, then, as we move forward, they're like, oh, we need to get Facebook groups. We think we need to get a logo, all of these things that we spend our time, creating, doing all these things, right? But in reality, what really happens is we wind up spending a lot of time doing stuff and not spending a lot of time doing the money-making activities. I call it like this. Like, you just have to get to the money. Okay. So we get online and we're like, yeah, we want to make money online. We want to make some sales, right? But instead of us spending our time on things that will get us to the money faster, it's kind of like we really be kind of hiding from success. We hide behind, maybe we'll watch this training on how to build a funnel, for example. I know I did this stuff, and we'll get engulfed and, into tasks, into these little things, of what we're doing, like, oh yeah, I feel so good. I created this funnel. I feel so good. Yeah, I'm doing that voice on purpose, right? But at the end of the day, if we're saying that, we want to make more money online, right? That's what we want to do. That's why we got online, to make some money, right? Then you need to be doing the stuff that's going to get you the money. The funnel itself doesn't sell stuff, right? It's like, what do you actually need? You need people to talk to, right? You need people to talk to show your offer to, right? And it's like the nuts and bolts of it that's really what we need, the nuts and bolts of it. But we'll complicate this stuff. And tell me, guys, if you've ever done this, we'll complicate this stuff. We'll be spending our time. We'll talk about, we need to be, working on a whole bunch of automation. Like, we want to automate everything in our business, right? And all of this we're talking about before we even make our first $100 online. We already trying to figure out how to do less work. And we ain't even did no work, right? You know what I'm saying? We ain't even, made no money yet. And this is what we're talking about, and I didn't realize it at first. Like I said, I think we all go through that, where we're just doing a whole bunch of stuff and we think that we're doing stuff that matters. But now that I'm a little bit further along, I'm going to tell you, I'm going to just spill the tea, right? A lot of the stuff that we were doing and a lot of stuff that you guys may still be doing is not even the stuff that matters until you start actually making some money. Like, for real. Some of the stuff that, we'll start out doing, it's just not the money-making activities to really, move the needle in your business, to really get you there, to really have the people seeing you. Like, we'll spend like, let's say 4 or 5 days, right? I've done this before, like, spent like 4 or 5 days trying to figure out ClickFunnels, for example. I was like, man, I got to figure out this funnel. I got to figure out how to make this funnel, right? And meanwhile, while I was taking all that time trying to figure out, how to put this funnel together, what happened? What happened to my online business? What really happened, right? I didn't reach out and connect with people, right? I didn't go out there online prospecting and selling is what I didn't do, right? So no money came in. While I was spending all that time doing that, no money came in. I didn't talk to anybody, so there wasn't any leads coming in. You know what I mean? I might have posted one time, but kind of rushed through that because I want to, get back to doing the funnel, right? And guys, that was not a money-making activity. It's like we have to like really just kind of simplify this stuff, get down to let's say a DMO, right? Which is a daily method of operation. And hopefully you guys have one. If you don't, reach out to me and I could tell you how to get one, right? But get this down to whatever the simple tasks are, the simple steps are, okay, for you to start making a move. We can do all this stuff. We can continue to hide behind, oh, well, I gotta wait because I want to finish my group. I want to put up a group banner. I want it to look just right. I want the colors to match. I want to put this campaign together to invite people to a challenge. All of these things, right, that we're saying that we're doing in the name of making money, right? But in reality, it's like we just running away from the money because we're trying to come up. It's really like an excuse that we come up with to not take action. And, excuse to not go out there and talk to people. Like, you guys tell me, like, how many people, did you guys talk to, today or this week? I mean, this week has only been 3 days in, but, did you talk to at least a person a day, about your business? Or did you spend your time, you might have posted once and then the rest of your time you spent, working on all of these other things that have captivated your attention. But then you're wondering why in a month from now, whatever it is, that your income is still looking the same as it was last month and the month before, right? Whether you had some income, but it was, kind of low, it's stagnant. Okay, it's stagnant, so it's not moving up. Well, we got to look at what is it that we're doing, right? What are our activities? Because your activities, right, the different tasks that you're doing, it's going to show. It's going to show in your outcome. Whether you're doing money-making activities or whether you're just up there running away from success, it's really gonna show, in the outcome, right? And yeah, people be like, oh, well, it takes time. Yeah, we get it. It does take time, right? But it doesn't take that long, okay? But when it winds up taking us even longer is when we're out here just doing some of this, some of that, some of this, some of that, some of there, you know what I mean? Being all over the place and not actually just honing in, just get right to them and just go ahead and do these things that are going to have people reaching out to you, right? Especially if you're doing attraction marketing. I love attraction marketing, you know what I mean? So if you guys follow me, that's what I talk about, but instead of doing the things that are going to go ahead and have people taking notice of you, wanting to reach out to you and talk to you about your products and services, right? Wanting for you to help them do something, having that conversation. If whatever you're doing is not, getting you just like right there at the doorstep of that, and the type of things that get you right at the doorstep of that is prospecting and selling. Like, for real, people get you to do all that because all of these things that we're doing, we're taking the time to, like I said, build websites or build funnels or, put together Facebook groups with the, and everything has to be perfect. We got to have the perfect Facebook group banner. All of these things right here, they're like what I call niceties, right? They're nice, right? But guess what? At the end of the day, you still got to get back to the money-making activities to get the people in the Facebook group. Think about that for a minute. You still got to get back to the prospecting and selling to get the people to prospecting to get people into the Facebook group. You still got to get back to that, right? So I know I used to think that, in order to make some money out here, in order to make some money online, that I needed all of these things set up. This is why, you guys see that I have the Facebook groups and everything, because these are the things that I thought that I needed just to make the money, right? So the stuff that I'm telling you is stuff that I've been through. It's like a learning lessons, right? And I'm telling you guys now, okay? So if you are in that stage or space, right, where you think that you have to do, all of these things, right, that are keeping you away from talking to people. Like a lot of people, seriously, a lot of people just scared to talk to people, like, for real. Like they say they want money, but they're so scared to have a lead talk to them, like a prospect, talk to them, right? But guys, this is what you do, especially when you're just starting. And I don't mean just starting in a sense of, oh, I just got online, a month ago. I mean, in a sense of, if you haven't hit it yet, you haven't, started, getting some type of income in, whatever that means for you, whether it means your first $100, whether it means your first $1,000, if you haven't started getting stuff in, you ain't hit it yet. Okay. And by spending all this other time doing these other things and trying to avoid, actually connecting with people, guys, the people got the money. The people are the ones who got the money. They got the wallet. Right? That funnel you working on building for 2 weeks, that don't got the money. even down to, and I've seen this as well. Okay. And I've thought this too, even down to when we'll be like, you know what? I'm just going to create a course and I'm going to sell my course. It sounds good, right? I promise you it sounds good, because we're like, well, shoot, we could just create that course, put that out there, and everybody's going to buy it, and I'm going to make money. Woo, 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 woo. Right? Nah, that ain't how that go. Why? Because if you have not been out there doing the money-making activities, if you have not been out there doing a prospecting and selling, right? You know, for one, people haven't seen you enough, right? Because you haven't been out there putting yourself out there. And number two, people haven't seen you doing the things that you likely are trying to teach them to do. They haven't seen you doing it. So you know what they're going to say? They're going to be like, well, wait a minute. How is he or she, well, let's give them a name. Let's say, how is Lisa? Okay. How is Lisa going to teach me how to make money when I don't even be seeing Lisa, doing anything on Facebook, but Lisa wants to show me how to make money on Facebook, for example. Okay. Or how is Lisa going to, teach me how to get leads every day, right? When Lisa hardly is on Facebook, so I don't think Lisa's getting no darn leads. I mean, this is the things that we think. What's going on, my man James? What's going on, bro? Like James, like seriously, man, it's like we got to cut through the stuff, okay? We got to cut through the tape. We got to get right down to it. Like, what's the nuts and bolts of what we need to be doing? The nuts and bolts to just go ahead, focus on the nuts and bolts and keep doing that, right? To get that momentum, to get that money coming in, the money-making activities, right? I've even said to myself, like at the beginning, I'm like, oh man, maybe I need to start a blog, Yeah, that was short-lived. That was short-lived, especially like I said, when I was first beginning, and it's like you be thinking you got to do all this stuff, man. Like even down to, I'm gonna be 100 with you, even down to thinking that we have to continuously train every day. Like, oh man, I got all these videos I got to get caught up on. I got tons of videos in my back office. I got to watch them. I got to spend 2-3 hours a day watching webinar videos. No, we don't actually have to do all of that to start making money. We need to get to the money. Get to the money. So if you're out there watching 2-3 hours of webinar videos every day, right? I'm here to tell you, I'm living proof that you don't have to do that to start making money. As a matter of fact, right? You need to be doing something while you're learning. Okay. But if you're spending 2-3 hours every single day doing webinar videos, right? Follow me now. Cause that's what, 21 hours, whatever, right? You're doing that every single day, right? Then and you have a job, then when are you having time to actually get to the money? Get to the money. Because it is the implementation that gets us the money. It is the tasks we do to get us the money, the activities we do to get us the money, right? It is not the continuous other stuff. That other stuff ain't getting us there. We just feel good about it because we like, oh, well, I did something today. Yay. Right? Have you guys ever felt that way? What'd you say? You said people haven't gotten a chance to know, like, and trust you without proper actions. Absolutely. They haven't had a chance to get to know, like, and trust you because they don't even see you because you're running away from the stuff that is the money-making activities. For example, like, especially if you're marketing on Facebook, what's one of the money-making activities, right? People need to see you, right? So post. Okay. I know it sounds, simple, but how many times have we got caught up, and myself included, guilty of this, right? How many other times have we got caught up into a whole bunch of other stuff that we're like, oh man, I forgot to do my post today. Have you ever been guilty of that? Put down in the comments and say, yeah, that's me. If you've ever been guilty of that, because I know I have, right? So I need to be typing that. Yeah, that's me. Okay. We'll get caught up into all this other stuff when in reality, if we want to make sales online, right? If we want to get leads, right? Because everything starts with some leads before they come with some sales, right? You got to be out there. Somebody got to see you. Somebody got to see you, right? I don't care if your plan, behind the scenes is, oh, I'm gonna just message people, and that's cool. Every plan will work, right? It's cool. But if you want people to start coming to you so that you don't have to work as hard, so that you can make the money a little bit faster, you want people to come to you, even if you're messaging them all day. Do your thing, Swoley. You feel me? Right? But you do want some help. So you need some people coming to you. How they gonna come to you if you don't even post? And I'm not saying post every day, at least like 4 times a week, so you can stay relevant, right? So you can stay relevant. People see you out there, right? So then when you're doing your thing in Messenger, right? Then they're like, you know what? All right. I do be seeing James out there, putting up that value. I do be seeing James showing some proof, that he's winning, he's getting leads, right? And that was a good job too, James. I saw you putting that out there, bro. Yeah. So Aries and James said, yeah, that's me. So y'all feel what I'm saying? We've been through that, right? We've been through that, and at the end of the day, it's like, we got to get it really honed in, right? Just get it down to the nuts and bolts, man. And some of this stuff, you don't have to worry about, because some of the stuff that we've joined has already done some of the things for us, but we still be trying to make it difficult. You know what I mean? We still, and I mean, like I said, we haven't even made the money yet. When you ain't even made the money yet, man, you up there making stuff difficult. You want to go and grab, the freaking, $1 million autoresponders because you want to do split test. Split what? What is you testing? You ain't got no leads, bro. You feel me? Okay. So, one of the money making activities is for people to see you, right? So that you could get people coming to you so you ain't hustling as hard. You see what I'm saying? So then posting is one. For example, that's a money making activity, right? Just think about this for a minute. You need people, right? And only time you're going to get people is people see you, especially we talking about Facebook. We're not talking about paid traffic or solo ads at this time. Okay. We're not talking about that at this time, right? So when we're trying to avoid doing these things, or we get caught up into these other things, we get caught up into even down to getting caught up in funnels as far as not just creating them, but let's say you have a biz app that you're promoting, right? Let's say you have a biz app that you're promoting and you're like, man, I want to have my own capture page. I get it. Building your list is what that is. Don't get me wrong. So do understand what I'm telling you. Building your list is what that is. Don't get me wrong. But hear me out now. But if you're finding yourself, right, spending a lot more time than you want to, and things are not moving like you want, right? The money ain't coming in and everything. Then start shaving off some of that stuff that's not a money-making activity. Start shaving off some of that extra. That's right. I said extra. Put down in the comments, say extra. I didn't say extra. All right. Shave off some of that extra stuff, right? So if your company does have a capture page, especially like I said, you're on Facebook, you ain't doing paid traffic, right? So if your company does have a capture page for you, right? Use that. Why am I telling you to use that? Because we need to go ahead and get to the money. Go ahead and get to the money. Okay? Just get to the money. Quit all the other extra stuff, right? When you just getting started and you still trying to see some results. Because what happens is the more time that we spend on things that we don't even know how to do anyway. You know what I mean? Like we get hung up on doing things like that because it ain't like we was born knowing how to do no dang on funnel page, right? And then there goes a whole day go by, and every day that goes by and we don't wind up getting some leads, or we don't even wind up talking to some prospects. You know what happens then? Then it sinks into our mind. We're like, man, it's playing games on us. We're like, man, I went all day and I didn't talk to anybody, I didn't get any leads, and then we start feeling bad, about what's going on, and then we, some people get into a point where they want to give up, right? But where did it stem from? Because we were focusing on the extra. Hear me now, the extra. Yes, the extra. That's right. Aries said the extra. Okay. We was focused on the extra stuff. So that's a piece of advice for you right there. Like, seriously, if you're like, let me know, whatever you guys promote, you probably promote multiple things, I do, but whatever you guys promote, does the company have a capture page that you can use to send people when they're ready to look at whatever presentation you have? Yes or no? Put down in the comments, say yes, they do. Or if they don't, say no, they don't. Put that down in the comments, let me know. Okay? Because the stuff I promote does. All right? And that's one thing that you can shave. What's another thing that you can shave until, like I said, until you start getting in the flow, you start getting some leads coming in, you start, getting some sales under your belt and everything, and you have your consistency going, right? Because this is important. Your consistency going until you get some things in order. What else can you shave? What else can you shave off until that time? Let me tell y'all one. Right? Let's say you have been trying to figure out how to have an autoresponder, right? Because you want to email people. Well, let me go ahead and just say this right here, because I've been there. I'm trying to tell you now. Been there. I'm just saying, and all I'm doing is giving advice. I'm not telling you guys like, oh, you got to do this and this is the only way to do it. No, because that's crap. It's more than one way to do stuff. But I'm telling you guys from my experience, okay, and the experience of other people too, that we'll be up there worried about things like autoresponders, and we don't even have nobody on our list. Like, we don't even got an email list. Like, we don't even got no people to send emails to, and we haven't, and then at that point, you haven't even made no money yet. I'm just saying, just think about that for a minute. But we worried about all the other stuff instead of it all the time that we're trying to figure out how to use the autoresponder. Because once again, to a lot of us, that's new. When we get online, that stuff is new. We didn't even know what an autoresponder was before we got online. Tell the truth. Did y'all know what an autoresponder was before y'all got online and wanted to make money? Like, did y'all know what it was? Like, put down in the comments if you knew that term. Put down in the comments like, yeah, I knew that. Right? Or if you didn't, say, no, I didn't know that. Like, I would type, no, I didn't know that. I didn't know what an autoresponder was. Right? Right, James said, yes, they do, right? So it's like, that's one thing that you can shave off until you get going. So guys, I'm not telling you that, oh, you don't need to build your list. No, you do. But what I'm telling you is some of the stuff holds us back from getting to the money, these money-making activities, prospecting and selling. Say it with me, guys. Say it with me. Prospecting and selling. Say it with me. Prospecting and selling. That's money-making activities, things where we're prospecting, right? For leads and prospects, right? Hence the word prospecting, and selling, whether you're doing the selling or a video is doing the selling, either way, somebody's selling something. All right, somebody's selling something. And if a video is doing it for you, that's even better, because that means you don't have to do it yourself. That's awesome, right? I use a lot of videos, So when you start shaving down, right? You start getting away the excess stuff, even down to, I'm gonna be real. Do y'all know when I first started my Facebook group, because the one that I admin now, AMA was not my first Facebook group. When I first started, I started with some colleagues. It wasn't the right time to start a Facebook group, but we didn't know. We figured that was the way to do it, so we did it, right? And it was cool, right? But at that time where we were at that moment, was it the right time at that moment? At that moment, no. Why? Because it was not a money-making activity at that moment. We were not being consistent with we didn't even have a DMO at the time, right? Daily method of operation, right? We were not being consistent with posting so that people can see what we're about. We were not being consistent with prospecting, talking to people, right? And we were not being consistent with selling, making offers, right? We were not being consistent with that. Absolutely. Prospecting and selling. That's what I'm talking about, y'all. Prospecting and selling, right? Hey, guys. So when I was up there, when I first got the Facebook group, it took time. Even though at the time, there were 3 of us on that first Facebook group I had, it was 3 of us, but it still took time to manage that Facebook group, to keep them engaged and everything like that. While we were not building our business, we were not out there doing the money-making activities out there, right? So we were not making the money. Right? So then what happens is we get frustrated, right? We're like, man, we get frustrated at stuff we can't even control. Prime example, has this ever happened to you, right? Where you got a Facebook group and you start getting frustrated because nobody paying attention, right? Yeah, that happened to me. Yeah, it did. But you know why it happened? I didn't know why it happened at the time. I was just blaming them. Like, man, they lazy. They ain't listening, because I was putting a lot of value in that group that I'm talking about. But you know why it was happening as far as the frustration part? Because I was focusing on the wrong stuff. That's why I was not making the money yet. And I was not focused on the money-making activities of prospecting and selling to make the money. I was not. That's just what that is. I wasn't making offers. I was doing a lot of videos, but I wasn't making offers, and I wasn't connecting with people, whether it be connecting with people in Messenger, Messenger, because I'm talking about Facebook, I wasn't doing those things. So yeah, everything else irritated me, right? Because I was not focusing on the money-making activities, right? So I want you guys, this is what, I implore you guys to do. I don't even know if employer is the right word to use, but we're going to do that. Okay, we're going to do that. And what we got, James? James says, facts, people don't even try to get to know people or build relationships. Too caught up in the techie stuff, capture page, list builder, autoresponder, etc. Yes. Everything. And that wasn't James. It was all bit out. Okay, I just messed that up. Network business. I just messed it up. Yes, you're absolutely right. We get caught up in the techie stuff, man, because it like feels good to do something, right? When money ain't coming in, and we were like, I don't feel good, so I'm not going to talk to people. We get caught up in that techie stuff because it at least feel good to do something, right? Guys, all I'm saying is I'm giving you guys my feedback. I'm giving you guys, the things that held me back from moving forward even faster. And I'm seeing it now. Hindsight is always 2020. It's like, Bob Proctor says it, and I don't remember the exact quote, but he talks about, I think Bob Proctor said it, but anyway, somebody said it. They said that it's hard for you, like you can't, what did he say? You can't, you can't teach something looking forward. You could teach it looking back, because it's like this. It's like once you go through it, then you're going to see what you did right and what you did wrong, right? But as you're going through it, you don't know the stuff that you're doing right and stuff you're doing wrong. You see the results, but you may not know what parts are adding to the success and what parts are taken away from it. So looking back, right? Looking back onto it, I could say, oh, because I see what I'm doing different now. Right? You know what I mean? And it's a journey. Okay. It's a journey. It's not like I'm there and I'm done. Oh, right. I'm a trillionaire. No, right. It's a journey. Right. But I'm looking back at some of the things that I did and a lot of things that I didn't do versus a lot of things that I'm doing now. And and I've said this before, like, man, I used to be on social media, like really trying to do this stuff like 10 hours a day. Like I was putting in a lot of time. And it's not that, I don't have to put in time now because, I make money. No, I started making money because I started doing money making activities, y'all. I started really focusing on the things I was spending my time on. So that's why I don't have to put in 10 hours a day now. You see what I'm saying? Because I had to focus. So I'm hoping that this will resonate with even just one person to analyze what it is, look at what it is that you're doing, right? And if you don't have, like you don't know what you're doing each day, like I use a daily method of operation, a DMO, right? So check this. That's what I use, right? And yeah, I tweak it for what I need it to be. Okay. So there's a lot of places to get DMOs, right? If you want to get a DMO, you're free one to start with if you don't have one, right? If you want to use my specialized one, I can tell you how to get that one as well. But the point is have one, right? Start with that so you know what you're going to do each day, right? And then look at it and say, is this thing that I'm talking about I want to do each day, is this thing helping me to prospect and sell, right? And attract people to me, right? That's where a prospect comes in. Is it helping to attract some people to me so they can see what I got going on? Posting, yes, it helps to attract people to you, right? But sitting at the desk, at your desk or wherever you're at, right? Or your phone or whatever, for 2 hours trying to figure out how to make the capture page, right? That Mr. Business said, trying to make the capture page and trying to figure out how to be the smartest email list builder because someone done told you, which I'm not saying it's not true, but someone done told you that, your email list, $1 per person per month is what you can expect. So now you don't even know how to attract leads or anything, but you now want to be the email guru all of a sudden, right? No, get to the money is what I'm suggesting. Like I said, you do what you want, but I'm suggesting based on mistakes that I've made, based on I'm going through what I've went through, what some of you guys are going through. So we're going along the same journey. So at some point, right? I mean, there are other people out there who give value. And I understand a lot of times, some people don't really give the whole thing, but get the value where you can, because I'm giving it. I'm telling y'all the mistakes that I've made in a sense of not mistakes as far as like, it's terrible, but mistakes as far as like, I went this way and it took me a little bit longer. But now that I know better, if I had it to do again, I would do a little bit different direction, right? Because I now see things clear. So this is the stuff that I'm helping you guys with when it comes to doing the money making activities and kind of shaving off some of that stuff that we're doing that's really weighing us down. Right? He said it's LB Network. Okay. All right. Because I totally messed that up. Story of my network of life. Too busy trying to be like Coach D or other gurus overnight. Man, LB, I feel you. And here's the deal. LB. Here's the deal. We all did it. And some of us still do it, but we all done did it, man. It's like we want to be there overnight. So we're trying to do all this other stuff, which winds up being busy work, but we don't know that. You know what I'm saying? We don't know that it's busy work until someone tells us, or we hear it on the training or something, and then sometimes we still don't listen. Let's just be honest. We don't even listen all the time when the trainers talk, but yeah, I mean, you're not going to get there overnight, but what I'm telling you guys is from my experience, what I've done and what I've seen and what I'm seeing now of other people around me, that I'm telling you from real world experience, that a lot of that stuff that we're doing is busy work compared to what's going to just get to the money. I was talking to a colleague today about this, you know, and they were talking about the things that they're working on. They're working on their group, and they're working on, you know, some automations and stuff like that, you know, and they wanted to start a focus group and things of that nature. Okay, cool. All of that stuff is cool. And here's the deal. Do you understand? All of it works. So all these people try and make like only one way works. That's a lie. All of it works. But it's like, how much, you know, how when they say like 97% of the people fail, mean like they quit of network marketers, they quit. Because what happens? We get caught up into all of those things, and then some people just can't hold on that long. Like, you know what I mean? While we still trying to figure it out, because you're doing all those things instead of just getting to the money, right? Right? Just get to the money. Just get to the money, right? Then shift over into your group and stuff like that, right? So while you're doing that, it may be, let's say it's like 8 months before you make $100. You know what I mean? Like in my case, in the first 90 days, I only made $9.24. It's a lot of people who would have quit after 30 days or 60 days if all they made was $9.24. You know, and it's not like, oh, after that 90 days, I'll start hitting it. No, I think in my first in my first 6 months, well, pretty much 7 months, my first 7 months, I probably made a total of like maybe $200 in the first 7 months, right? It wasn't until July of that year that I had my first $500 sale, right? So my point is, a lot of people give up before then, right? But maybe they wouldn't have given up if somebody had came along and just put a bug in their ear, like, hey, these other things that you're doing, let's you know, switch this up, since it's taking you a while to put the capture page together. You feel what I'm saying? You're working on the capture page. You want to work on your logo. You want to work on your hub page. You want to work on your blog. You want to go have a podcast. You want to go have a YouTube channel. You know, you want to work on a Facebook group. You want to work on being an email guru. You want to work on all these things. We get it, but maybe we can just get to the money. Maybe we can get to the money. Like, guys, if you guys wish someone would have, you know, kind of helped you out with that and said, hey, can you just help me shave these things down that I'm doing? Help me get down to the money-making activity so I can get to the money, right? Get to the money. Put that down in the comments and say, get to the money. If y'all feeling me, put down in the comments and say, get to the money. Okay, I know that was like 3 syllables, but that's really 4 words. Okay, but, you know, so it's like, you know, this is the type of stuff that really, you know, holds us back. And then we just can't hang on no more. We just quit, you know, and then people want to be like, oh, well, yeah, 97% of people fail because they don't have the hustle. No, yes, some people don't, but there's some good people out there who do have the hustle. But when you be so beat down from trying, you're doing all these things. You want to do text message marketing. You want to buy leads. You know, you want to do pay that. You want to do all of it before you just learn the basics and get to the money, right? Get to the money. Get to the money, right? Does that make sense, guys? Like, seriously, just get to the money, right? And then as you go, you can learn these other things, right? You can pick those other things up as you go, and you're learning, right? And you're getting to the money. You're doing the money-making activities, but the money-making activities come first, because if you don't have the people to talk to, right? Then it's like, well, what you got, man? Like, do you really have a business, or do you have a hobby? You see what I'm saying? Right. Absolutely. Absolutely. Say, get to the money. So that's what I wanted to bring to you guys today. And of course, guys, I do have, you know, something that I want to share with you. All right. And it's a video, right? I'm going to share with you a video. I'll put a link down there. It's a video of a webinar of showing some things that you can do to get to the money. It's a program that I'm a part of that is helping people get to the money, right? Like shaving things down, right? Like, so it's not going in there, putting together capture pages, putting together autoresponders, you know, putting together Facebook groups. No. It's none of that. Okay. It's, if you have been in a situation where you're like, man, I need to know what these money making activities are. Cool. I got you. That's what this video is for, right? If you're like, man, I need to just really narrow this down, Just get to what's going to help me move this needle here without all the techie stuff. Right now, I can pick that up as a goal, but right now, then you need to watch this video. This is what you need. Okay, this is what it is. All right. What we say? I said this is my 100th YouTube channel, and I always starting again, forgetting to just get to the yes. Always forgetting to just get to the money. And Aries said, get to the money. All right. My man Jay said, been at 6 months, still waiting to make my first dollar. It's time to get to the money, baby. It is time to get to the money. Some of that stuff that, possibly you've been looking at and thinking about, like, for instance, and I think we talked about this, James, for instance, like spending, 2, 3, 4 hours a day watching webinar videos. Nah. Then I get into the money. Like, y'all can, like, ask me, okay? You know what I mean? How many hours a day do I spend watching webinar replays or training replay videos? No, I'm going to tell you what I do, right? All right. I used to, right? And that was part of why stuff was taking forever. But what I do now is I pick a day out the week, right? For me, it's on the weekend. Pick a day out the week. And then I'll put, 1 to 2 hours, usually 2 hours, because some of these replays be a little long, but 1 to 2 hours into watching a training video. One day out the week, bro. Because I need the rest of them days to implement and get to the money, bro. I need them days to implement and get to the money. Implement and get to the money. Implement and get to the money. So no, I'm not spending 4 to 6 hours a day watching training videos. No, I'm not. No. I'm not. That's just that, right? Because I can implement what I've learned, right? And then I can get back to the, and I don't have to be where everybody else has finished all the videos, right? Oh, yeah, I'm caught up. It's okay. I'm totally okay with, somebody else done finished all the back office videos, and I'm still on video number 2. Because guess what, baby? Because when y'all see them commissions come through, they're going right up in here, bro. Like, because that's why. Because I figured some stuff out, of making mistakes. I figured some stuff out that some of this stuff is not getting to the money. We put things in our way. So keep that in mind, James, because that's one thing that can help you out, bro, is not spending all them hours watching all them replay videos because you might think that maybe you're behind or something. Nah. You ain't behind. You behind if you watching all them dang on videos every single day, because that means that's not time that you haven't taken to get to the money, doing the money making activities. That's putting yourself out there so you can talk to these people, right? The prospects, help them with their problem, offer them solutions, man. That's get to the money. And like I said, I have a video for you guys to help you with a, let you know what I'm using, the program I'm using to help you with a like a demo to just get to the money, right? And I'll make sure I leave that down in the description and comments once we end this. But if you don't have that process yet, this is what I recommend. And obviously, of course, once you grab that, then you will, be able to gain access to my private training group as well, where we go live once a week. We have our weekly team meeting and we get together and we mastermind to help each other solve each other's problems. This is what we do, baby. That is the benefit, right, of rocking with me. That's the benefit of rocking with me. And I don't just leave people behind. I don't hold hands, but I don't leave people behind, and they out there, wading in the water. If you rocking and you come into the weekly team meeting, man, you're going to get some problem solving. That's what that is. All right. So other than that, guys, hopefully you found some value from this. Like I said, down in the description, I'll make sure I put a link to that video so you guys can check that out, see what I'm doing, see what I got going on, so you can get to the money. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already done so. If you happen to be watching this on Facebook, throw me up some love, baby. Show me some love. And other than that, you already know what we're going to do at the end of each day, y'all. What we're going to do, give it to me. We're going to take this ride. Where we going to take it, y'all? We're going to take this ride to the top. All right, y'all. And we at